Welcome to Thai PBS English News Service. I'm Supajong Klinsawan. Starting this evening with news from soldiers along the northern border revealing that some 40 million narcotic pills are waiting to cross the border into Thai soil. Meanwhile, Deputy Prime Minister Chalerm Yumrung, who today displayed over 1 million seized speed pills to the press, vowed that drugs convicts will be executed within 15 days following the court's sentencing. 1.2 million methamphetamine tablets or yaba and 20 kilograms of crystal meth or ice were center stage at today's press conference, which police say were found in a house in Pathum Thani. The seizure came after a drug dealer revealed his partner's hideout. The drug suspect was not home at that time, so police could only confiscate the narcotics worth around 400 million baht on the street. 40-year-old Supawat Khontong, a used car dealer who owns the house, is now on the police's wanted list. He is suspected of being a big drug dealer who transports large shipments of narcotics from the north. Meanwhile, soldiers from the Pa Mueang Regiment, based along the northern border of Thailand, says almost 40 million narcotic pills are waiting to cross the border into Thai soil. Soldiers, police, and Homeland Security staff are increasing searches and spot checks in an attempt to curb the drugs influx. Meanwhile, Deputy Prime Minister Chalerm Yubamrung vowed to push for amendments to the criminal code procedure to have drug convicts executed 15 days after the appeal court's verdict upholds the death sentence. He claims that jailed drug lords could still deal drugs from behind bars, adding that he will not listen to the National Human Rights Commission or NGOs on this matter. Giving computer tablets to first-grade students has been widely discussed, especially its implementation and the effectiveness of the project. Dr. Runtip Chodnapalai talked to Dr. Anupap Tiralab, an independent scholar in information technology, who stated that government has good intentions but has to prepare teachers, parents, as well as software that would be most beneficial for young students.
In Thailand itself, we have to look at the people at school, whether they have lunch to eat, whether they have clothes to wear, and they have good book, clean book, and they have bicycle to ride to school in the raining day. And this is the, I myself, I would say that it's more important than the tablet they can use at school. And even though the government would like to start using multimedia for teaching, we have some other way. For example, we can have a projector, at the blackboard, and then we can use any multimedia to teach students.
What about the ways of the G2G and changing from the G2G to the MOU? You have any observation on that?
Well, that's the problem. That's a big problem. I would say that it would a bit hinder this project later on, because this is kind of special purchase. It's not the normal purchase that we have to do the bidding. And when it comes to this, it's nothing more than a special purchase. If you like this guy and you think we cannot buy anywhere from the world, or this guy have a particular qualification or specification, no one else could match with this guy, okay, you can do that. The government would allow to do that. But for tablet, we know it's not. No. And when the government doing this, that's what they say, it will cause some problem later on.
The House Committee on Education is growing skeptical about the government's change in the method of purchasing PC tablets from a government-to-government or G2G transaction to a direct MOU with a private supplier. The committee expressed concern that the MOU method, which the government decided to apply at the last cabinet meeting, makes it easier for stakeholders to engage in corrupted practices. Now, moving on to the environment. March 22nd is World Water Day. A scientist from Mahidol University said at a seminar today, citing data from NASA, that this year Thailand will face even more severe flooding than in 2011. Here's more with Kun Dalin Khong Akara.
Professor Tepanop Meungman, former Dean of the Faculties of Environment at Mahidol University, told a seminar today that information obtained by a Thai scientist working at NASA indicates that the entire central plain of Thailand, including Bangkok, has a high chance of being flooded this year. When asked to compare the situation with the 2011 floods, he said 2012 will be worse. He added that the southern region will be severely hit by the floods as well. He said global warming and the ongoing solar flare will raise sea levels and more rain will hit the northern region. However, other scientists are speculating that a severe drought in 2012 is more likely than a severe flood. Meanwhile, Pramod Maiklat, a member of the Water Resources Management Committee of Guyana, say what's even more worrying is the fact that the Thai government is full of ideas, but implementation of policy is still a big question. Pramod, who is a former irrigation officer, says that without a clear direction in planning and implementation, the public will face further chaos when the water comes. Darin Klong Akara, Thai PBS.
The defense minister supports the controversial reconciliation plan, which proposes a political amnesty, adding that coup leader Sonthi Bunyarakelin is the right person to clean up the very mess that he made in 2006. Kun Kankornraktham reports.
Defense Minister Chief Marshal Sukampol Suwarnathat suggests people who don't agree with the National Reconciliation Committee's proposed plan and those who continue to bring political conflicts to the table are doing so for their own benefit. Amnesty was proposed by the House Committee as an alternative solution to bring about unity and peace in the country. As commissioners who work with the King Prachadipok Institute published their research, which stressed that an amnesty is the optimum way of paving the way to reconciliation. A number of politicians still have doubts about the idea of an amnesty, fearing this draft plan could be used incorrectly and may be intended to benefit individuals.
You cannot force forgiveness when there are a number of people who are not comfortable with the conclusions and the truth. Therefore, I think the suggestion of the research team is very sensible.
According to the Democrat leader, amnesty might bring even more trouble, as the coup d'etat of 2006 is one of the biggest and unforgettable political changes in modern Thai history. Coup leader General Sonthi Bunyarakelin has not yet answered Major General Sanan Khatornprasad about his motivation in staging the coup, or if there was someone behind this plot. This draft reconciliation plan has been discussed among academics, media representatives and political leaders, but Nisha Hiran Burana Tuwatham, wife of Colonel Romkao Tuwatham, who died following the Rachels uprising, suggests that if the voice of political casualties remain neglected, the ultimate goal of this plan will unlikely be achieved.
Reconciliation process has been accepted by all parties concerned, especially from the people. But I don't see any movement on that process except this venue today, which doesn't allow any comment, any opinion from the participation.
General Sonthi said that if the country wants to eliminate conflict and move forward, those involved in political conflict should all be forgiven. One common question is whether reconciliation is all about erasing all faults in the past, or should it be a sincere effort to reveal the truth as all parties move forward all together. This is Kankornraktham, Thai PBS.
Thank you, Kun Kankorn. The investigation by the independent committee has found that Southern soldiers has killed 4 innocent people in Pattani. And moving on to the regional news, the Central Bank of Myanmar is planning to inflict a severe shock to its national currency exchange rate, devaluating it from the official rate of 6.4 baht per dollar to around 820 baht per US dollar. Here's more from Hugh Adams. emerges from decades of isolation, the central bank is making one of the country's boldest economic reforms. Though far away from the government's rate of 6.4 baht per US dollar, the 820 baht per US dollar rate is very much closer to the black market rate widely used in Myanmar today. As such, this new rate, according to experts, will not likely cause any economic waves. This move by the Burmese central bank is expected to unify the country's dual exchange rate as it opens the economy. However, the change could cause some disruption and anxiety to this nation, where memories of economic mismanagement are fresh. In 1987, a dictator at that time wiped out many people's savings when he canceled certain banknote denominations. In 2009, the baht's unofficial exchange rate was more than 1,000 per US dollar, as foreign money flowed into the timber, energy, and gem sectors. This also hurt many Burmese people who were paid in US dollars. Some economists, however, are optimistic about the revamp.
Basically, the economy has been working for a long time on the black market rate. Also, you must remember that the Burmese people haven't trusted their currencies. Today, everywhere, everybody's euphoric and they think Myanmar is going to offer huge opportunities. Neither is true. It's going to take a long time for the country to establish a viable economy. But the important thing is, it is now happening, and that's what really matters. And the question is, will the baht be soon accepted as a working currency? We hope to see it, but the government has got a long way to go to establish the credibility for that to happen.
A central bank official said last week that the government plans to hold trial foreign exchange auctions in March before floating the currency at the start of the 2012 to 2013 fiscal year, starting April the 1st. From 2013 onwards, the government of Myanmar plans to entirely eliminate the informal currency markets. And to our last news this evening, the police are calling both the BTS security guard and the foreign passenger to give a testimony after a video clip of the two fighting on a train platform went viral on YouTube. Executives of BTS apologized about the confrontation, and a truth investigation committee is looking into the case. What you see here is part of the video clip which Pacharamat Pusi, the wife of the foreigner in the clip, posted online. She says that her husband got on a SkyTrain from Surasak station before switching from the Silom line to the Sukhumvit line. Holding gas-filled balloons for his daughter since he got on the train, he was stopped by a BTS staff member on his way off when he managed to get on the train again at Prompong Station. The confrontation ended with the foreigner, later identified as John Byun, being injured. Police Colonel Ratasak Raksalam, superintendent of Thong Law Police Station, disclosed that John Byun will this evening issue a testimony to investigators. Both the BTS security guard and Mr. Byun made a police report against each other, but the former later said that he had to seek permission from the BTS first. Anat Apapirom, executive director of the Bangkok Mass Transit System, which operates BTS, expressed his apologies, claiming the confrontation stemmed from a misunderstanding in which the security guard attempted to uphold regulations, but the language barrier resulted in the dispute. The BTS security guard shown in the footage has been transferred, while a truth investigation committee is looking into the case. That brings us to the end of tonight's edition of Thai PBS English News Service. We'll see you again tomorrow night, same time, same place. I'm Super Junklin Sawan. สวัสดีครับ